Well, good afternoon. This is Judge Herb Dodell. We're going to talk about a subject near and dear to my producer, Gary Garver. We're going to talk about the legalization of pot.
Yeah.
She even got him live on the camera. As everybody knows by now, California has now legalized the use, recreational use of marijuana. It was legal previously for medicinal purposes, but you needed a doctor's prescription. Not that they were hard to get. All you had to do was have a hangnail and somebody would issue a prescription. But things have changed now, and they're raising a lot of money, which probably was the reason why they legalized it to begin with. But here's how it works in general terms. You can now have up to 1 ounce of cannabis. That's the technical name for pot. In case you didn't know that before, called cannabis, and there's several different brands. Cannabis sativa, cannabis, whatever it is, but it's now becoming a very, how do I describe it, gourmet kind of business. There are different kinds and different prices, but you can buy an ounce without any medical prescription, without anything. You can go into the stores and buy it. And lots of stores, they're even competitive. And a lot of the profits are going up in smoke, but the bottom line is you can buy it. In fact, you can give it away, again, up to 1 ounce to any friend. You can't sell it, but you can give it away. People always want to know, well, can I just smoke anywhere I want? Well, the answer to that is no. It's pretty limited. In fact, there are anti-smoking laws that apply to the smoking of pot as well as smoking cigarettes or cigars or anything else. So you can't just light up on the beach. You can't just show up at your local restaurant and whip out a joint and smoke it right there in the restaurant. You can't do any of those things. In fact, in California, if you're growing it, and you can grow up to 6 plants for personal use. But the crazy rule is you have to grow it in a place that's not visible to the public. In other words, it's supposed to be grown inside, which means you have to go out and get all this hydroponics and whatever it is. Or you can have it in the yard as long as you got a fence or something that divides you from anybody walking by that might be able to see what you're doing. And so it's limited to 6 plants for yourself. And the limitations apply to where you can smoke it or use it. And it has to apply to people only 21 years or older. So if you're 18 or 19 or 20, you're still subject to the same old laws that were in existence before. But it really didn't matter very much anyway. There was the equivalent of a ticket, a $50 or $100 ticket. So nobody really cared too much about it. It was, even though it was legally denominated as a misdemeanor, it was the equivalent of an offense, like a traffic ticket of some kind. But if you have any questions, let me know. You can reach me at askjudgeherb@gmail.com. I don't remember if I talked too much about this in the book. I think the book was written just before the legalization. Oh, and by the way, you shouldn't be carrying it when you're flying from state to state, because the feds still have control over the regulation, and they still have it listed as a Class 1, basically prohibited narcotic. God, why they did that, whoever figured that one out. But the bottom line is, if they're searching your bag, even though they're not looking necessarily for marijuana or anything, if they find some, they could call local police and you could get arrested. Although I do hear that President Trump has indicated that he was not going to pursue prosecution of people who are just using it for personal use. Have any questions? Get in touch with me. Ask Judge Herb at gmail.com, or watch the show For the People, available on iHeartRadio. The shows are very good, worth watching.